Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about water, which is a very precious and vital resource. You know that a plant, animals, and human being need natural resources for like air and water for their survival. And natural resources are of different types. They are found in the following areas of the earth. So basically, there are three areas. The first one is lithosphere, which is a solid part of the earth's surface, and hydrosphere, which is in the form of water bodies such as seas and oceans, lakes, ponds. And the third one is atmosphere, the gases surrounding on the earth. So on the basis of their uses, natural resources can be classified under two categories. So all these are natural resources. These are the three categories of natural resources. Now it has been classified into two ways. That is, the first one is renewable natural resources. Renewable natural resources are those resources which can be renewed, which cannot be which cannot be over in the nature, which cannot be extinct in the nature. So these natural resources can never get exhausted or replaced within a reasonable period of time, called renewable natural resources like air, water, and sunlight. These are never going to over. And the second category is non-renewable natural resources, which is also called as exhaustible natural resources. So these exhaustible natural resources can be only once, and it can be used only once and cannot be replaced within a reasonable period of time, and are called as non-renewable non-renewable resources of non-renewable resources and exhaustible natural resources. It is going to extinct, it is going to exhausted when it is used continuously, or very frequently it is used, because the rate of preparation of these resources is very large, is very long, and it takes a lot of time. So basically, water is a natural resources, as we know, and we water covers water covers 3/4% of the earth is covered with the water. And it is also exists as a snow and ice on mountains, and is found within the earth crust. In the atmosphere, water is present in the form of vapors, mist, or cloud. And then also, why do we talk about the scarcity of water? Why do we worry about the scarcity of water? In some places, we might have observed, we might have listened that there is an acute shortage of water. This is because 97% of the earth is covered, earth surface uh, you know present in the form of seas and ocean. And 97%, 97 exactly 97% of the water earth is present on the earth surface in the form of seas and ocean. This water is highly salty, and therefore it is not fit for human being, for human consumptions. And only about 0.01% of water is fresh water, and most of the fresh water is frozen in the glacier and it in the polar ice caps. This water is not accessible to human being. We cannot access this water because this is very salty, and not suitable for the various consumptions. The level of groundwater, the groundwater is also called as a water table, and in many areas water table is rapidly falling because of global shortage of usable water. And rainwater is considered to be the purest form of water, although it may contain some dust particles and gases. And rainwater seep into the soil and form the underground water, or underwater tables, water tables. So basically, we can say that rainwater is the main source of water tables inside the earth. So what are the importance of water and its uses that we'll see here? We know that a life cannot exist on earth without water. We cannot think even a life without water. And or not only human being, but also plants and animals need water for their growth and development. Water help to regulate the life process, and such as digestion, excretion, and waste material excretion of waste material and transportation of nutrients. It also help to control our body temperature by the process of sweating and evaporation. In plants, water help in the process of photosynthesis. Water also provide habitat to some aquatic plants and animals. All living beings contain large amount of water in their body. Even we as a human being, our body is composed of 70% of water, and so we can we can say that water is very important for sustaining the life. And besides this, water is useful to us in many other ways, and every day we use water for different purpose. And because it is a very important resources for us. Without water we cannot think of a life, and every day we are using water in somehow, in almost all the purposes. So let us discuss some of the purpose. For the first one is agriculture use. In India, major portion of water is used in agriculture, and monsoon in India is predictable. Therefore, irrigation channels have been set up to bring water to the farmland. And groundwater and surface water are used for irrigating the field, and failure of enough rain in a year can lead to a drought. Now totally we depend on rain, but somehow we are irrigating the farmland through some channels. But if there is there is a less rainfall, which will lead to a condition of drought. Industrial use. Industrial use, water is used for different purpose in all types of industries, and most of the industries use groundwater and surface water. And the demand for water has increased in recent year because of the rapid growth of industries. Now as we see that there is a rapid growth of industries, and due to the rapid growth of industries, more consumption of water is done. There are very various uses of water, and some uses are given here that we'll discuss. Agriculture use. In India, major portion of water is used in agriculture, and monsoon in India is predictable. Therefore, irrigation channels have been set up to bring water to the farmland. Groundwater and surface water are used for irrigating the field. Failure of enough rains in a year can lead to a drought. So if there is a less rainfall, there will be a condition of drought. Now industrial use. So water is also used for different purpose in all types of industries, and most of the industries use groundwater and surface water. And the demand for water increased in recent year because of the rapid growth of industries. So whereas the industries, the development of industries is in a high rate, there will be more consumption of water, which will lead to scarcity of water. Besides this, there are some domestic use also. Some of the most important use of water are at home, because we are using water at home for a different purpose. Water required for household use in domestic waters, and all the things you do at home. That means all the things what we do at home, for example drinking, preparing food, bathing, washing clothes and dishes, brushing teeth, and watering the yard and the garden. So even washing the dog and the domestic in the other domestic purpose, we need water. So water generally get to our home in two ways. Either it is delivered by city water department, or people take their own water from an underground source using well and the motor driven pump. So in most of the Indian cities, people get their water delivered from a public supply system. So every city is having some supply system, which is also called as a public supply system. From that, they are getting water. And people in rural areas we use wells or hand pumps to meet their water requirement. In some part of India, where well, ponds or river dry up during summer, so the people need to travel a long distance to fetch water for their daily needs. And a large section of the Indian rural people do not have access to fresh water drinking. And most of the people they are not able to reach the fresh water resources, and due to that they um, they uh, um, they suffer from many diseases like waterborne disease like cholera, then dysentery and diarrhea. So in this way the water is very important and very useful resource for us. Thank you so much.